Hey everyone, it's Alejandro and I'm here with...
Hi, it's Kim again, and today we're going to be talking to you about entrepreneurship and why it matters. So entrepreneurship is actually a mindset. To be an entrepreneur, you just have to be able to recognize an opportunity, be willing and able to take a risk, and be able to combine all the factors together to make it happen. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a for-profit business, it can be a non-profit. So if you were looking at, say, a situation in your community, maybe crime, and actually I'm stealing this from a Seed Spot show that we have a Seed Spot now, which is a youth entrepreneurship program here in Phoenix. And one of the groups had noticed that people were being mugged in a local park. And so they were trying to figure out a way to solve it, and they realized that what was causing it was lack of lights. So they didn't create a business, but they came up with a way to do really inexpensive lighting. And they came up with the proposal, and then they got a bunch of support and went to the city council and showed them, hey, here's an opportunity to solve this problem using this solution. Okay, so they saw an opportunity. They were willing to take the risk. I mean, it's pretty risky reaching out to adults and city council people, and they had the ability to put everything together. They figured out how to solve the problem. They knew the people to contact. They contacted them. They put everything together. So they were what are called social entrepreneurs, and that's really what they did. Before I was a teacher, I was a stockbroker, and one of the things that really bothered me is I'd hear things like, well, poor people are just lazy. And I knew that wasn't true because I know a lot of poor people that were not lazy. And there have been times in my life when I've been pretty darn poor and I know I wasn't lazy. And I started talking to clients that did have money, and most of them had actually come from being poor. And as the more I talked to them, I found out that the one thing that they had in common is they knew the rules of money. And then I thought back to my high school experience, like, well, nobody ever taught me about money. And so I realized, boy, if I really want to fix this problem, I need to become a teacher. And that's why I left being a stockbroker to become a teacher, was to teach financial literacy. And I specifically wanted to work with kids that came from historically poor backgrounds, because I knew if I could teach them the secrets of money and how money works, that would allow them to now work hard, which most of them were already doing, their families were already doing, but now they knew the rules and they were able to break out. So I was kind of a social entrepreneur with that, and then as I started looking around, I noticed that there was no material out there for other teachers to do this. So I started creating lesson plans and assignments and things that helped to teach this and put them out there on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I was an entrepreneur, I started making a little bit of money. Some of it I did for free, just depending on the lessons, to help solve a problem. I saw a problem, I was willing to take a risk. I left a really good paying job to become a teacher. And then I made all the connections and brought everything together to make it happen.
That's awesome, Kim. And it's great because, before doing this job and before learning a lot about entrepreneurship, I thought like I'd have to be like a hot shot like Elon Musk or like Steve Jobs, or do something to that level to be considered an entrepreneur. But now knowing that being an entrepreneur is really more about taking risk and willing to to go out, put yourself out there and make that change, and not so much about how much money's in your bank account. That's really exciting.
And you mentioned that actually more than 50% of small business owners in the United States are like small businesses. In the state of New York alone, small businesses, we're talking teeny tiny little, my uncle fixes cars in the backyard for extra money. Those types of businesses provide almost $1 billion in revenue for the state of New York. Just those little businesses alone.
I mean, it's huge. And it's great because when you think about even Kim and I taking the opportunity here to make this video series and make the curriculum for Verizon Innovative Learning a little bit more digestible, is being an entrepreneur. Right? We saw a problem, we wanted to address it, we wanted to make this curriculum more accessible to you, easier for you to manage.
We're taking a risk being on camera.
We're taking a risk being on camera. We're getting more comfortable, so you'll see us speak up a little bit more. But yeah, so why, so Kim, why is entrepreneurship important? Why should it matter to students?
Well, again, as we talk about, it's a mindset.
Yeah.
And an entrepreneur does not have to be out to make money. An entrepreneur can be out to make change. I will give you a hint, though. Money is where power comes from. Money is what makes the world go round. And money itself is not evil. Money is a tool. And being an entrepreneur and coming up with ideas sometimes is what makes that money accessible to make those changes that you want to see happen. So that's part of it. But also, so many people see problems in the world today, but they wait for someone else to fix it.
Yeah.
And an entrepreneur doesn't wait for someone else. They see a problem, they say, I've got an idea, they jump out there, they take that risk, and it's scary.
Yeah.
It is. My husband and I just filed the paperwork to make our business, another business that we're going to do on the side. It's really scary.
Yeah.
But you have to do that. You know, you sometimes you just kind of got to take that little jump and be willing to take the risk and be willing to do it so that big changes can happen. Elon Musk, since you mentioned him, yeah, he's a lot of money, big famous guy, but what if he had never taken the chance to build the Tesla?
Yeah.
Or, you know, he came out in current news, the kids in Thailand were stuck in that cave.
Yeah.
Luckily they got them out, but in the meantime, he jumped in, he saw a way that, hey, we could potentially use this to save the kids, and he started building something right away. Luckily they got the kids out before they needed to use it, but he had developed a way to save those kids.
Yeah.
We need people like that in the world. That's what makes the world a better place. Not just economically, but socially. And just as a better place to live is the entrepreneurs, the people who see something that needs to be changed and they're willing to do something about it. They don't expect, I don't sit back and say, oh, well, this needs to be fixed. Oh, here, Alejandro, you go fix it. That doesn't fix it.
And the best part of it all is that, you know, through this program, through working with a small business partner, you will become an entrepreneur. You're going to see, you're going to find a problem that, or more, right? Sometimes they have many problems that they don't even know are wrong, and you're going to help them fix it. You're going to help make a change in their, you know, in their lifestyle, their family, right? Some of these small businesses are run by a whole family, and you know, you're going to impact their whole family. You're going to potentially impact their community if they're able to hire more people. So it's a really great opportunity, and we just wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of what entrepreneurship is, and we want to make sure that you believe that you are an entrepreneur, because all of you are. But you just got to find that within yourself to, you know, bring it out.
I had someone tell me once that when you're hopeful and anticipation and you're getting ready to try something that's just scary enough that it takes your breath away, that's when you know you're getting ready to do something big. And we want you guys to go out and have that little bit of fear, but kind of be so excited that you're, you know, but you're also a little bit scared. And we want you to take those steps and become the entrepreneur. And, you know, whether it's just helping a family business, or if it's a social issue that you feel passionate about, or if it's designing the first flying car. I grew up watching the Jetsons. I'm still waiting for my flying car. It hasn't happened yet, so I'm challenging one of you guys to be the creator of the flying car.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. The last thing we want you guys to do is on your worksheet, just take a minute and write down why entrepreneurship is important to you now that you've watched our video here, and then why it's important and just why it matters to you. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, you know, write some ideas down, get them fleshed out, because we definitely need more, you know, entrepreneurs.
We do.
Again, this is Alejandro Lozano. My email is alozano7@asu.edu.
And I'm Kim Reynolds, kimberly.reynolds.1@asu.edu.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.